at the moment here at the Cardiff City Stadium, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has just addressed the crowd on his first home game as Cardiff manager. That's got them on their feet and cheering.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took to the pitch a short while ago. He just said that you've made me feel so welcome, and let's start with a good win, and wished everybody all the best for today. So he took to the microphone. That went down very, very well. Of course, it's his first game here in Cardiff, and he'll hope to follow up with an excellent win at Newcastle last week in the FA Cup. He's actually made 5 changes from that side. Teofil Catherine is back after injury from McNaughton. Noon starts, of course. He got one of the goals, the first goal, in fact, of the Solskjaer reign. Medell is back for Gunnarsson, Colker for Turner, and Campbell for Cornelius. They're the 5 changes. West Ham likewise have made 5 changes from the side that lost so heavily, not at Nottingham Forest, but at Manchester City. Carlton Cole for Maiga, Collison for Diarmi, Tompkins significantly for McCartney to come back into the centre of defence, Jarvis for Joe Cole, and Rat for O'Brien. And Andy Carroll is on the bench for West Ham United. Likewise, Craig Bellamy, who's missed the last 7 or 8 through injury, also returns amongst the substitutes. We're underway. Referee is Lee Mason. West Ham United, white shirts, sky blue shorts, playing from right to left as the ball is played forward to Carlton Cole, and Cardiff City in their red shirts, black shorts and red socks. Here are the 2 teams then. David Marshall is in goal, Catherine the right back, Colker and Hudson as the 2 central defenders, Declan John at left back, and midfield of Whittingham, Kim, Medell, Noon, with Odemwingie and Campbell. For West Ham, Adrian remains in goal, a back 4 of Demel, Tompkins, Roger Johnson, a former Cardiff player, Rat at left back, 5 in midfield of Downing, Collison, Noble, Taylor and Jarvis, and Carlton Cole up front. West Ham have started positively, and they've been awarded a free kick as Kim just takes away the legs of Noble. Steve Claridge.
They've started positively. I mean, they look a little bit more balanced, should we say, than the last 2 games I've seen them in. It looks like a little bit more appetite, a little bit more belief, which I think is the thing that's been missing mostly. And I think that's exactly what Sam would have wanted, was a positive start, and that's what he's got.
Bearing in mind it's Solskjaer's first home game, a lot of the attention in the build-up to the match has been all about West Ham United, hasn't it? It's all about Sam Allardyce, where the facts are, if West Ham are to win this game, Cardiff City actually drop into the relegation zone. Well, Downing was trying to get in around the back on that right-hand side. It was Declan John who's headed the ball behind. The left back was alert to the danger, but it's a corner kick to West Ham United. And Downing to take that corner kick on that right-hand side. A lot of jostling for position in a crowded penalty area. Downing in towards the near post. Headed away, though, by Whittingham. Comes back out to Downing on that far side, the right. Plays it behind him to Noble. Noble back along the ground towards Downing. Comes off his left foot this time. It's an in-swinging cross. Strikes the post. Tompkins. Good save by the goalkeeper. Still the danger remains. Jarvis into the penalty area. And Cardiff eventually will look to clear. That was a poor challenge, was it, by Noble? Break low for Cardiff City. Up towards Fraser Campbell. He's got some support now from Noon. And from one end to the other. And Noon takes the ball to the edge of the penalty area. Noon, though, in the end shows too much towards Rat, who will clear on the edge of the box. But West Ham United at the other end came so close to getting an early goal here, but it remains 0-0.
Well, it was a wonderful ball in, wasn't it, from Downing? I thought it was a good corner just previous to that, and I didn't think anybody from West Ham really attacked that. But the ball in was fantastic. Nobody, I think, got a touch to it. Went right through, hits the front of the post, should we say? Not the outside, but the front of the post. Rebounds out, and to be fair, it's a wonderful save from David Marshall, with Tompkins at the far post following up.
Good start, though, this by West Ham United. Jarvis into the penalty area, and his cross is headed behind by Cardiff City, and that was by Stephen Colker, who was stretching to head the ball behind that goal away to our left-hand side. A corner kick to the away team. Here at the Cardiff City Stadium, every outfield player is in and around the penalty area. It's an in-swinging cross. It comes out, Collison tries to hook it goalwards, and in the end, Colker rather desperately just knocks the ball behind for another corner kick, this time on the right-hand side. Steve?
As you say, these are desperation stakes, aren't they, for Cardiff? This is back to the wall. Make sure you do your job and ride this out, because they are under a huge amount of pressure.
As a corner kick is floated in on that far side, headed away by Medell. He leapt up high there, did the Chilean. They haven't closed West Ham down. Back towards Downing. Downing cuts into the penalty area on that right-hand side. The sliding challenge comes in, and it will be a goal kick to Cardiff. Clear blue skies here in South Wales. It is a lovely winter's afternoon in Cardiff. But with Cardiff in possession midway through their own half, trying to find a way through this West Ham United defence, and now all of a sudden they'll attack on that far side, and the cross comes in and just over the outstretched foot of Fraser Campbell, who actually crashed into the post. Noon will retrieve the ball on the right hand side. It's a left-footed cross, and they're looking for a penalty there as two West Ham players jumped in towards Campbell. That goes out for a goal kick. The injury to Demel is a serious one.
Right,
it would appear. The stretch has just been called for.
Yeah. I mean, it was actually Campbell that was complaining, wasn't it? He's saying, the ball came in and I've been pushed, and as the ball's played in, I'm the one who's actually bundled into. But I think what Demel does is, as he goes down,
it was Johnson, Roger Johnson
has fallen upon him and twisted his ankle, I think. He's just fallen across him, and I don't know when he's banged his head in the process, but he looks completely prone, doesn't he?
I think as well, it would appear that they're trying to put some sort of support around his neck. Well, only now has Guy Demel been actually placed from one stretcher onto a trolley that is going to wheel him away off the pitch. He's getting an ovation, as you can hear in the background, from everybody inside the Cardiff City Stadium. That included the West Ham players, who are also concerned about his welfare. And in fact, not only is that it's an ovation, it's a standing ovation now from those in the main stand. So terrific support from the Cardiff City people here, as obviously a lot of concern for Guy Demel. The paramedics, one of them I can see is on his phone, and I would imagine that straight away he'll be going off to hospital in the ambulance. Sam Allardyce is concerned. He's just having a word with the physio. George McCartney now replacing Guy Demel, and I would say that we've been looking for a stoppage of at least 9-10 minutes maybe. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is out in his technical area, as is Sam Allardyce. I noticed on the far side there was a Norwegian flag that was flying amongst the Cardiff City support. Here is Odin Wingy for Cardiff City on the right hand side. Ball back from Kim, back towards the Nigerian, along the ground towards Whittingham, back pass to Medell. This is Declan John now cutting in from left back inside the West Ham United half. Medell will play the ball to Catherine Teofil. And here is Odin Wingy, goes on the outside of Noble with too much ease. Still going Odin Wingy. He's gone past another challenge. He's into the penalty area. He's pulled it back. This is Noon, charged down by McCartney and behind for a corner kick.
Well, that was reminiscent of the defending we saw the other night against Man City, where four players and he just waltzes through them. And starting with Mark Noble, nobody lays a glove on him, and he's able to get a shot across goal. And to be fair, Noon, if it had been the other side and he'd have been able to take with his left foot straight away, would have made a lot more of that effort. As it is, they've got away with the corner.
Outswing corner for Cardiff City. Colker rises 12 yards out. His header drops behind for a goal kick. Cardiff's passing is awry. It's another ball that has gone astray. And all of a sudden, after all of the optimism with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer addressing the crowd beforehand, is soon evaporating, and you can now just start to feel a little bit of an edge, a little bit of tension creeping in from the stands here of the Cardiff City supporters. Only natural, I guess. Noon, who's switched out onto the left-hand side, carries the ball deep inside the West Ham half. Noon's cross, and in the end Campbell's header drops over for a goal kick.
It's great play, especially as McCarthy's come on, who's primarily a left-footed player, so Noon can take him down the line, because that's not his strong foot. He just puts him off balance there with a little shimmy, and Campbell can't, in between two centre-halves, can't quite get a clear header on that one. But something certainly worth looking at there. Noon against McCartney playing on the right-hand side with a left foot, primarily left foot. Noon can get down the line like he did there and cause a little bit of a problem there. But they've worked themselves back into this game, Cardiff, after, like you said, was a really shaky start.
Remarkable passage of play here. West Ham United defenders backed off Kim right to the edge of the penalty area. He struck a shot that took a deflection onto the crossbar down. Steve Claridge's initial reaction was goal, as it seemed to bounce down and out, and then Adrian, picking up that loose ball, almost carried it over the goal line before dropping it. But Lee Mason has said no goal, free kick.
No, what I was saying goal was the deflection. As it's hit the deflection, yes, that's when I'm thinking goal. If you're saying about the ball's coming back down off the bar and it's gone over the line. I'm not sure, because the replay didn't take that into consideration.
What was interesting, though, is that there was no hold-up in play. There was none of the need to go to the goal line technology.
No, it was very close, wasn't it?
It was very, very close.
Yeah.
It was so close that I was inclined to think that it
might have actually gone over.
It had gone over.
Yeah.
Well, that was your natural reaction.
Yeah, well, and more so, I don't know whether by Campbell pushing into the keeper, he's blown up immediately. It's sort of like diluted it a little bit.
Yeah.
That it's been seen as all one action sort of thing, but it wasn't. Clearly, the shot come down off the bar, Adrian then goes to grab the ball, finds himself being pushed into the goal. That is a free kick, but it's a separate incident to what we saw before. And like you say, it was close enough, surely, for there to have been some sort of look or break or to see if it did cross the line. But
to the natural eye, I thought there was that natural backspin. It's gone over and then bounced.
Does it not alert the referee straight away, though, if it goes over? So obviously it didn't.
Now here's one for you. The goal, I've just seen a replay.
Yeah.
And it's just flashed up on the screen, goal. The goal line technology has just been shown, and it has just confirmed what I originally thought, that it was a goal. Kim to Noon turns on the edge of the penalty area, gets the shot away, and Adrian makes the save and spoons it away out towards his left-hand side, collected by Odemwingie back into the penalty area, can't thread the ball through the legs of Rat, but it's kept in play by Teofil Katerine. On the right-hand side for Cardiff City, Odemwingie to Kim, to Medell. Crowd wanting them to really attack West Ham, but they're just going away from that penalty area. Declan John back inside towards Kim looking towards John, who'd continued that run in the area, and Collison will clear for West Ham United, and it's a long ball that is pumped downfield to Carlton Cole, and Carlton Cole with his strength up against Colker, looking to turn away into the penalty area, still going Carlton Cole, really can't get the shot away. West Ham are on the attack, Carlton Cole scores for West Ham United. Sam Allardyce punches the air on the touchline, and Carlton Cole, whose 3-month deal is very soon to come to an end, could well have scored a significant goal in their fight against relegation.
That's a really well-worked goal, isn't it? Fantastic ball out. I think it's Jarvis's ball across, and Cole had gone close just before that. His strength and his pace had nearly worked an opening for himself. He just scuffed it at the last minute. But that time, as the ball comes across, he's first in on it. Great anticipation. A super ball across by Jarvis that he's able to take first time. And it's a good finish in the end, and it's good play as well. Good centre-forward play to be in there at the right time, at the right place, anticipate it better than the defender, and a good finish as well.
West Ham United, if it was to stay like this, the significance of that goal would mean they would come out of the relegation zone, and Cardiff City would drop into the bottom three. Sam Allardyce would have loved that goal, to ram it down the throat of his critics after what has been a testing week for all concerned, I'm sure, at Upton Park. Although I should say that in the last 3 games in the Premier League, where they've only picked up a point, and it's despite opening the scoring in all 3 of their last matches in the league. They'll hope this time to hang on to the advantage that they have got. Odemwingie for Cardiff City. Kim stretching, takes the ball away from Taylor. Whittingham to Declan John over on that far side. Noon, who's been bright for Cardiff City this afternoon, to Medell. Medell goes short and back inside towards Odemwingie. Backing off Odemwingie out towards Declan John. Declan John in towards Kim. Keeping the ball.
You've got to be patient. You've got to be patient. 10 men behind the ball, West Ham. So not making it easy. You've got to be patient and work openings. It's no good just slinging the ball into the box.
Odemwingie, midway through the West Ham half. Collison goes with him, tracking him, preventing his route through to goal. And then it's back with Whittingham. Gets the return ball from Odemwingie to Medell. Trying to create that opening. Teofil Katerine on the right-hand side makes the run, trying to get round the back of West Ham. It's his cross, headed behind firmly by Taylor for a corner kick to Cardiff City.
It actually worked a great position there, Katerine. Lovely little bit of skill to do Jarvis, and then he'll be disappointed with that. You can see the grimace on his face. Didn't quite get the cross how he wanted.
Noon with a cross on the right-hand side. Tompkins with that important header out at that far post. A West Ham player has gone down. It's Noble. Referee Lee Mason has blown his whistle, and 10 minutes of added on time. Cardiff City have penalty appeals waved away by referee Lee Mason. It was Noon and McCartney who got themselves in a bit of a tangle into the penalty area. Corner kick for West Ham United. Jarvis to take it on this near side, the left. Jarvis, right-footed. Dangerous ball into a crowded 6-yard area. Headed away, picked back up by Jarvis on the left-hand side. Jarvis with a cross, comes out towards Downing. Little touch there by Noon, just took it away from the England international. Downing, though, will retrieve it. It's a diagonal ball back into the penalty area, headed on, and then plucked out of the air by David Marshall. Lee Mason's blown his whistle. He's wanted to try and create a little bit of order there. And who's he going to be booking? Is it Taylor, I think, is still giving a little bit of his opinion to a West Ham, to a Cardiff City player. Who's the yellow card going to be shown to here? Medell. Medell is the one who's booked by referee Lee Mason.
He's booking Medell because I think Medell has asked the referee to book Taylor.
Right. Hence
so
the reason why.
Ungentlemanly conduct, yeah.
Just to give you some team news, at the start of the second half, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his first game here at home, his first league game as the new manager since he was appointed the successor to Malcolm Mackay, has made a change. And it's Craig Bellamy, who last appearance was in early November against Aston Villa, has replaced the Nigerian Peter Odemwingie. Matt Taylor trying to marshal a high line on the edge of the penalty area. Bellamy to take the free kick, flat trajectory, in it goes and comes off the head. I think it was Hudson who'd got forward, and it loops over the bar and out for a goal kick. He was unmarked.
There's 3 of them unmarked. I mean, it's no more than a whipped in free kick from a reasonably central area, and 3 of the Cardiff players run on. I don't know whether West Ham, they've stepped up all bar James Tompkins, but I mean, he's in acres of space. He's trying to flick a ball on where he's had to actually almost crouch down and flick it on. He's got far too much on it. Might have even jumped up, took it on his chest if he'd realised the space he was in, and then took the ball on. But real concern there that lack of concentration and certainly a lack of marking in the middle of that West Ham defence. Should have been 1-1.
Hudson Player of the Year last year. This, however, is his first league appearance of the season. His previous 3 have all been in the cup competitions. As the ball is played in, and Carlton Cole cannot direct it goalwards, and in fact it may well have took a last touch off Hudson of all people at the right end to direct that ball behind for a corner kick. It's his first Premier League appearance in 9 years since he was a Crystal Palace player, and it was in fact Hudson sliding back with a timely intervention to take it away. Corner kick by Downing in towards the near post, didn't beat the first man. Hudson going with Carlton Cole. Teofil Catherine is tucked in the right back, helped out by Medell, dinks the ball forward towards Fraser Campbell inside the centre circle. That was a poor challenge by McCartney. It was late, it was reckless, and it's going to be a yellow card.
He knows it's coming, Noon there. That's why he gets out the way. He actually takes one for the team. He knows it's coming, but he puts his foot there, goes to get the ball, but immediately as he plants his foot, jumps out the way because he knows the challenge is coming, and that's why it's not a serious one. But it's a committed challenge. He can't stop himself, but I think by making it, he knows that he's going to get himself a book in there, McCarthy.
Medell forward for Cardiff City. The red shirts playing from right to left. Declan John coming forward. Declan John looking to go on the outside of Downing, who backpedals into the penalty area. Declan John's swinging cross is kept in play over on the far side by the right back. Teofil Catherine has support now from Kim. Right corner of the penalty area, in towards Bellamy, side onto goal. Collison will go with him. Collison will follow Bellamy all the way out towards that right touchline. Cardiff City now go infield towards Whittingham. Whittingham will pick out Noon. Noon, who's been quite lively, looking to get it onto that left foot. Struck the hand of McCartney, but it wasn't deliberate handball. It struck his hand, it was down by his side. There's no question it struck his hand, but it's got.
It was pretty. I was going to say.
Yeah, there's no movement.
If it has, it's a couple of yards away, isn't it? It's hit at him rather than the other way. But here still another decision for the ref to make.
Lee Mason had a good view of it. Good positioning from the referee. Here is Downing. Certainly that sparked the Cardiff City supporters here as they've given the ball away, though. And Jarvis was caught late by Hudson. Referees played the advantage. Wasn't much really to gain from that advantage for West Ham United, although now they will actually get themselves a throw on that far side and a talking to for Hudson from referee Lee Mason. Teofil Catherine now for Cardiff City on the right hand side, low ball in, cleared up in the air by Tompkins. West Ham are going to have to dig in, haven't properly dealt with that ball on the edge of the area. There was further handball appeals there, this time against Taylor, as Downing will try and test Declan John on this near side. Keeps the ball in play, infield to Carlton Cole, Noble plays it forward, taken on the chest by Jarvis, and Jarvis then drags his shot wide off his right foot. Ball spread out towards that right hand side, sprayed out towards the right. Teofil Catherine in towards Kim. Cardiff looking for an equaliser. Kim takes the ball to the edge of the area, square ball towards Medell, shoots left footed, deflection for behind for a corner kick. Solskjaer applauds, corner to the home side. Steve Claridge.
Well, there's another player down injured, isn't there? I don't think I've seen a game like this for the amount of players that have gone down with one injury or another, but move the ball nice and sharp again there. Just worked an opening, but good defending again from West Ham.
Ferociously chewing the gum is Sam Allardyce, right on the edge of his technical area, watching on, hoping his side can continue to protect a slender advantage. Corner kick for Cardiff, fired across towards the far post. They're appealing for a penalty. Referee Lee Mason says no, goal kick.
It's Fraser Campbell again, isn't it, who's not happy with the challenge. It's a wonderful corner, splashed across the goal. You would expect somebody to be getting on the end of that. It's made its way right the way across. Fraser Campbell again, feels like he's being held there from McCartney. There's no doubt about that. As he jumps, feels like McCartney's got his arms around him and he's pulling him down, and I think he's got a point there, I do honestly.
Lee Mason, the referee, just had a talking to Fraser Campbell. That's Bellamy to Campbell, tipped over by Adrian, super two-handed save. But Cardiff are really coming on strong. Colker's downward header from that resulting corner, turn behind, yet again for a corner kick. West Ham are really going to have to dig in. This is strong pressure from the home side, Cardiff City. Bellamy to take the corner kick. It's high, it's deep in towards that penalty area. I've got to say, I thought this time it was Colker who was having his shirt tugged.
It's miles away though, the ref. Miles away from where that is. He must be 25 yards away when that incident's happened.
Kim plays the ball forward to Campbell. They're threatening an equaliser at Cardiff City. Campbell on the right hand side, pulls it back to Kim, stretching, couldn't collect it. Whittingham low shot, takes a deflection. Adrian makes the save. Scythed down Campbell by Tompkins. Tompkins protests to the assistant referee on the far side. Sam Allardyce vents his spleen at the fourth official, but it was a clear foul. Yellow card to Tompkins.
What's that added pace of Campbell? Tompkins is going for the ball, thinks he's comfortably going to make it first, but Campbell comes around the left-hand side of him, gets in front of him, and Tompkins has committed the challenge to play the ball out and catches Campbell in the process. I mean, it's an absolutely breathless, fantastic game of football, isn't it?
But anyway, it's a free kick to Cardiff City, and it's going to be Whittingham on that right-hand side, looking for an equaliser. Played in towards the far post, over the head of Colker. Noon can't keep it in either, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. Kim to Whittingham, unmarked on the edge of the penalty area. Whittingham's shot took a deflection. Adrian, good hands, good save.
He seemed to take an eternity. That's the second time that we've seen Whittingham on the edge of the box, and he seems to just take that fraction too long, had that extra touch trying to manoeuvre himself in a better position, and as he takes the shot, it's shut, it's closed down, it's taken a deflection, and it's actually taken the pace off, but it hasn't changed the direction of the shot, and it's a comfortable save. But they're working, they are definitely getting men out on the edge of the box. You know, Demel, just before that we saw a shot.
Here is Steve Noon coming forward, driving at the heart of the West Ham defence, running straight in towards Noble. And West Ham now with Taylor, they've had to really dig deep. Taylor's given the ball away, gets a second chance to try and poke the ball out towards Jarvis. At the minute, Crystal Palace are going to be slipping to the bottom of the Premier League. Sunderland and Cardiff would fill the other two places. Jarvis will come forward and across the face of goal, and that was probably closer than we thought. Cardiff City have made a change. The first signing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Magnus Wolf Ekram, a Norwegian international, has come on to replace Gary Medell. It's a high ball in from that left-hand side. Could call towards Campbell. Campbell hooks it over his head. Noble with an important challenge on the edge of the penalty area. Bellamy is deep. Bellamy waits. Just lays it out to his right-hand side. Whittingham plays it further out, wide right. Teofil Catherine, the right back, with a cross from the right-hand side. Colker is there, comes off the head of McCartney. Corner kick.
Great
he had
defending.
to tuck in, didn't he?
Yeah, great defending there. Gets inside of his man, although Corker's on the outside, holds his ground, stands his ground as well, which is important. Doesn't allow Corker to come over top and heads it out for a corner. Good defending.
The pressure coming from the home side. Bellamy with a corner kick on the left. Towards the far post, Adrian came, lost it. And in fact, may never even got anywhere near it because it's gone out of play for a goal kick. There's Downing to Collison. Did well to take it in his stride and turn, and the shot with his left foot over the bar for a goal kick. Well, this is a free kick for Cardiff City that will really cause concern for Sam Allardyce, because you're looking at just over 23 yards out from goal. It's left of centre. Bellamy is eyeing this one
left or
up.
right foot.
Whittingham is also there. It's Bellamy up and over the wall. Oh, that was close. He drops to his knees. That was very close.
He's got it up, got it over. Hasn't quite got the direction. Fantastic free kick. So unlucky.
So Andy Carroll is coming on. And the player who's going off is indeed Carlton Cole. The return of Andy Carroll for his first appearance since May. But it's a flick on straight away by Andy Carroll. And Matt Taylor was the player running in behind him. But he'll also help out defensively as Tompkins could be in trouble here. Tompkins is already booked. Tompkins has already been booked.
Gonna send him off. Gonna send him off.
And Tompkins is shown a second yellow card and the ultimate red. And West Ham United, for the last 18 minutes of normal time, are going to have to battle away with 10 men. High foot, caught Campbell in the face.
Yeah, one of those where he doesn't see Campbell, but he goes to the ball. It's an air kick, and unfortunately, it's followed through, catches Campbell in the face, and linesman's 10 yards away, he can see it. It's not he hasn't meant to do it. It's clumsy, and unfortunately for him, as he misses the ball, he catches Campbell in the face, and that's what's caused the consternation of the linesman and Lee Mason to send him off.
Diarra is going to be coming on. He'll look to try and slot in at the heart of that defence as well, the substitute, even though he's a midfielder. But Bellamy to Whittingham. Whittingham then to Bellamy once again, midway through the West Ham United half. Out towards Noon, providing the width on the left. Noon with a cross. Good ball into the penalty area. Good header out by the much maligned Roger Johnson. Tearfield Catherine shows too much. Noble towards Jarvis, up towards Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll can't control the ball, and it's cleared away by Declan John. They're in no hurry to make this substitution. It's Collison who's been sacrificed. Alou Diarra is going to be coming on for Sam Allardyce, who are down to 10 men. Ekram tries to release Kim away on that far side. The substitution that was made then whilst we were away by Solskjaer is Andreas Cornelius coming on for Mark Hudson. But Cardiff coming forward now. Bellamy's long range shot saved by the goalkeeper. If it has spilled it, Cornelius was ready to snaffle it up. Marshall really puts his right foot through this one. Drops on the edge of the penalty area. The blonde head Cornelius tries to flick the ball on. Noble just throws himself into the challenge. Bellamy will pick up the loose ball in the centre circle. Kim has actually switched now. He's on this left-hand side, and Noon is now on the right-hand side for Cardiff. Kim coming forward. This is Bellamy. Bellamy eyes this one up, fires it into the penalty area. Diarra, the substitute, will clear. That may have been off his knee. Carroll will hold the ball up and plays the ball forward, and Noble will go forward now for West Ham United. He looks for the support, and would you believe it's McCartney who provides the support going with him. And McCartney then waits. Noble standing still, then holds off Declan John as those white shirts, not too many, quite rightly would venture forward. McCartney then has given the ball away, and in fact it will now go out of play for a Cardiff throw.
Well, I mean, it took so much effort for Noble and McCartney to get up in contact, and keep that ball. All of a sudden, when they did receive it, and very little left, and all it was a case of was how long can we keep it before we get the ball taken off of us.
Cardiff City pressing for an equaliser, cross from the right, headed away by Noble. Downing throws himself into that aerial challenge. Carroll will hold on to the ball, and he'll battle away for that ball against Ekram. But Ekram's footwork will dance himself away from Carroll and played out towards the right-hand side. Bellamy seems to be everywhere for Cardiff City. Here is Kim now coming forward for Cardiff. Back in towards Ekram. Ekram shot straight at Adrian. The goalkeeper saves it in his midriff. Bellamy coming forward for Cardiff City to Cornelius. Cornelius loses out to Johnson. The ball goes in the air, and the goalkeeper Adrian will gather that one in. And it will be Adrian lost it against Noon. It'll be a free kick to West Ham United. Downing on the right, Downing with a cross towards the far post. Was Taylor pushed over? He certainly threw himself forward in an acrobatic manner. Lee Mason didn't see it, nothing has been awarded. Steve Claridge.
That's fantastic play again. What a brilliant break. We saw that 10 minutes ago, how they can break with pace and precision, and yet again, I mean, it's been very good today. Downing as well, lovely little Cruyff turn, gets his yard, and Taylor's making his I think Taylor probably just gets under the ball a fraction there by trying to right himself. Just looks a little bit theatrical in the way that he goes down, but another good break, and that's what you've got to do with the 10 men. You've got to have something going forward and offer something the other way. Can't just defend, and it's been a real good game of football.
And by my watch, we're inside the last 15 seconds of normal time, and we're now entering 4 minutes of added on time. 4 minutes of added on time. Craig Bellamy shows his disgust at that. He now is protesting towards Lee Mason. Whittingham plays the ball up towards Cornelius. Carroll now just playing as a defender, comes out towards Kim, right-footed dipping volley saved by Adrian. Still, this one's not over. Will there be a twist in the tail? Cross comes in from Ekram. Cornelius, his header. Well off target with his header. Cornelius.
That's the best chance, I think, in the second half, I think. What is he, 10 yards out, centre of the goal, and he's almost headed the ball back where it's come from. I mean, it's a wonderful chance under absolutely no pressure at all.
Vincent Tan, I don't think, was too enamoured with that signing, was he, by Cornelius? He adjusts the tie to Sam Allardyce. He'll soon be facing the media, and he might well, as he tells his players 2 minutes more to go. He is desperate for the referee, Lee Mason, to blow his whistle. It will seem more like 2 hours, I'm sure, as Andy Carroll will play the ball to Noble. They could wrap it up here. Noble goes to the goalkeeper. The point to secure. Fresh belief for West Ham United. Noble celebrates. So does Sam Allardyce. Huge win for the under-fire manager. Cardiff City 0, West Ham United 2. They are out of the relegation zone now.
Oh, fantastic finish from their best player on the day, Mark Noble. He's been captain, he's been an absolute inspiration. Wonderful finish. As I said, he's in just before, Carroll passes him the ball. He takes a touch, fires it across goal. Good finish. They've managed to maintain, even though they've defended exceptionally deep at times, they've managed to maintain a threat going forward. They've managed to get people in support. There's been a lovely balance to their play, and no one can begrudge them this win. After seeing what's happened, I watched the last two. I was at Forest for the game. I watched the game the other day, and you would never believe that this is the same football club and some of the same players.
The full-time whistle has been blown here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Noble's late goal seals it for West Ham. They're out of the relegation zone. It's their first win in 8 in the Premier League for the 10 men after Tompkins sending off. And for Cardiff City, there is no winning start for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's 1 win in their last 11, 7 points out of a possible 33. Much work for them to do. Steve Claridge.
I can understand the stats from Cardiff. They played their part, which was an absolutely magnificent game of football. Day was all built up around West Ham. That's the way that it's finished. They've won the game. I thought they were fantastic on the day. Magnificent work rate, organisation, attitude, appetite for the game. Everything that we haven't seen over the last 2 games, we saw today from them. But also, a word on Cardiff, enough from Cardiff to say that they won't go down without a fight either. A thrilling game, a magnificent occasion, and probably, I'd say, just about the right result.
West Ham United, I think the emphasis on the United in every respect today, regardless of the result. Before the game, we knew that the owners were prepared to support their manager, and Sam Allardyce watched his side produce a committed, a resolute display, especially after James Tompkins sending off with 18 minutes remaining for a second bookable offence. Andy Carroll came off the bench, his first appearance of the season, and every single player in a white shirt gave everything to withstand strong Cardiff pressure. Adrian making a 2-handed save to tip over an effort from Campbell in the second half. Carlton Cole's goal just before half-time gave them the lead, and then Mark Noble who tended to typify everything about West Ham United today, sealed it in injury time. Cardiff slip into the bottom three, and West Ham United have renewed belief, with everybody certainly standing up and seizing their responsibilities today.
Let's go down to the tunnel here at Cardiff, because I'm delighted to say that Neil MacDonald, West Ham assistant manager, joins us live on Sports Report. Evening, Neil.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Let's deal with the most important thing first, which is the welfare of Guy Demel. How is he?
He's took a big bang to his head, and he's been taken to hospital, so we're just waiting for the doctor to come back to give us an update, so I'm sure he's in good hands.
Yeah, he seemed to collide with Roger Johnson's elbow.
Yes, he did, yes, but we've got players who want to put their bodies on the line, and unfortunately he's had a little bit of an injury and he's been taken to hospital, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
And also, when that happened, there is a danger, isn't there, that players' minds can start to wander and worry about their colleague because it was such a serious injury and delayed the game for 10 minutes.
That's right, yeah. It seemed a long time, didn't it, to be fair, before they secured him and made sure he was okay and then come off the pitch. But you know, it's up to the staff on the sidelines to making sure that we don't lose concentration and making sure that we're switched on, because I thought we started the game really, really well before Guy got injured, and after that, obviously we scored straight very soon afterwards. You know, so they showed the boys had been switched on and concentrated all the way through that incident.
Was not only the result but the performance the perfect answer to the questions that have been raised about the team this week?
Yeah, there was a lot of questions being asked about us, whether we had the fire in our belly. I think we certainly showed that today. I think we were on the wrong side of two results, and especially against Manchester City during the week. But the boys come in and they were still trying to get that confidence back up with the staff, and I think they showed that today. They showed that they've galvanised together, and to keep a clean sheet after conceding lots of goals in 1 week is more pleasing than anything, really. But to finish it off with the goal at the end to kill them off, to give us an away victory is great.
Can you explain the difference in performances between today and midweek, or you know, is that in many ways down to the opposition you face?
I think it's down to the opposition, of course it is. I think Manchester City played probably the best I've seen a team play for quite a long time, and even if we had our strongest team, I think we might have struggled, but they've certainly come back and shown that they're up for the fight, and the 3 points takes us out the bottom three, which is psychologically fantastic. And we're now looking forward, really looking forward with a couple of injuries coming back as well to strengthen the squad, and looking forward to the Newcastle game now.
And we've spoken twice in an afternoon, Neil, which obviously I'm very happy to have done. But is Sam all right, or is he off to see a player, or what's the reason?
No, he's very pleased in the changing room there. He's obviously concerned about Guy, and he's just asked me to do it, which is great.
The Cardiff manager now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is waiting in the tunnel to talk to Phil White.
Ole, welcome back to the Premier League.
Thank you very much. It was a roller coaster of a game again. That's how Premier League is.
How would you assess it today? Because it wasn't the start you wanted.
No, of course it wasn't. Result-wise, that's not what we hoped for. First half was surprising, because we didn't have any belief, energy, enthusiasm, like I've seen every day in training, to be fair, because the boys have been very, very bright and good in training. But then second half we turned it around, and we played a very, very good second half. The performance there was good. We pushed them backwards, we created chances, managed, or we got foul after foul after foul, and then finish off with against 10 men the last 15 minutes. You've got to go for it. You create chances, but you don't get the goal you think you deserve.
You look optimistic after a match like this. It's a difficult one to take, isn't it, to lose to a team also fighting, but how do you reflect on it now?
Of course, last week as well, we ended up 1-0 down against Newcastle, and we had to respond, and we did. We turned the game round then. Today we had to respond. Second half, Craig came on and gave us the energy and enthusiasm that everyone expected, and the performance second half was very, very good. We end up with double the amount of possession, double the amount of shots, probably more than double the amount of chances, but they scored the goals. That's football.
How hard is it going to be to get yourselves up that table?
Well, obviously I didn't expect this to be easy. No, it's not going to be all singing and dancing and praise, of course. We've got loads of work to be done. But it's a tight league from 10 and down. There's a different league from 9 and up, and we're going to be competitive in that second league.
Did you have any complaints about the goal that wasn't in that first half, the one that hit the bar, bounced on the line. Did you think at one point we've scored here?
As the shot went, I was hoping yes, but I've not seen the replay, so I don't know. No.
So overall, no complaints today, but hard work for you to do here.
Yeah, there's loads of work to be done, of course, but that's football. You come in every day in training to develop the players, to develop the team, and we've got loads of positive to build on from the second half today. First half, we need to learn from.
Thank you for talking to us.
Pleasure.